Well, after months of build-up, the MASL's first Canadian franchise, the Mississauga Metro Stars, held their inaugural home opener last week, and they couldn't have asked for a better debut. This is Inside Arena Soccer. Welcome, everybody. I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Later in the show, I will have a full allotment of highlights from the Arena Premier League for you as well, of course. But first off, we've got to start with the blue and orange. Because as mentioned, the Mississauga Metro Stars hosted their first ever home game on December 8th at the Paramount Fine Food Center. Now, they were coming off a rough debut, to put it rather mildly, getting spanked 11-3 by the three-time defending MASL champion Baltimore Blast the week before. But they call it home sweet home for a reason. And the Stars showed that Paramount may turn out to be a fortress for them this season. Mississauga looking for their first win in franchise history, and to pick it up in their home opener would have been incredible. After months of anticipation, the moment was finally here. Coach and general manager Phil Ionati, along with his son Christian, checking out the boys in their pre-game warm-up in Mississauga, of course, led by Canadian soccer legend Dwayne De Rosario, who's come out of retirement to play for the squad, and he was a force on this day. Late in the first quarter, the first home goal in franchise history, Mo Babouli, the one-timer, passed Jorge Navarrete, coming at the 13:38 mark. Second quarter, the floodgates opened right up. Babouli, dominant against the Tropics, follows up his initial shot, puts home the second chance, ripping the shot past Navarrete to give the home squad the 2-0 advantage. And Mo had a goal in his first game against Baltimore as well. The onslaught continuing. Marco Rodriguez played for Florida last year. He burns his former squad less than 2 minutes into the second quarter. And it's all set up. Take a look here. The beautiful little backheel pass from Matthew Rios that freezes the defenders, and Rodriguez doing the rest. And speaking of backheel passes, Dero one-ups him. The sweet little feed for Martinho Dumevski, who slots it past Navarrete. And you got to take another look at this one. The no-look beauty by the legend, and Dumevski taking it from there. 4-0 for the Metro Stars at that point. Second half now, all Mississauga. Babouli, Dero, drawing all the attention. The Tropics forget all about Alan Kukalevich, who one time's at home, and his first of the young season so far. Watched three Florida players with their eyes trained on the two Metro Stars players, allowing Kukalevich to sneak behind for the backdoor pass. 5-zip Metro Stars. Navarrete doing his best on the day. Several nice stops. That's a tough one, though. Take another look. It may have actually taken a deflection off his teammate Anthony Arico right there. 6-0 for Mississauga. 4 minutes later, it's Babouli working his magic once again. Dances through the Tropics, laying it off for Dumevski as he picks up his second of the afternoon, and then goes up for a little loving from the fans afterwards. Babouli leading the Tropics defense on a merry little chase here, and Dumevski providing the finish. One thing you gotta love about arena soccer is the close-up interaction between the fans and the players. Fourth quarter, it was time for a little shake and bake. Great work by Josh Paredes on the original chance. Finally, pops right to Dero for his first of the day, and a little dancing afterwards. 8-0 Metro Stars. They weren't done yet. Lerone Young with the Cottonelle soft touch of the game. The gentle little flick over the top of poor Jorge Navarrete, who was just under fire the entire time. One more late one. Who else? Babouli picking up the hat trick, capping off a 5-point night for the Mississauga native with the dynamite left footer. So the Metro Stars pick up their first home win, their first win in franchise history in emphatic fashion. 10-0 over the Tropics. The man of the match, Mo Babouli. He stopped by afterwards to chat about the big victory for Mississauga.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely nice to come home and play in front of this beautiful crowd. A win is a win. 10-0 is even better, so we all enjoyed that. You know, and a hat trick for myself was just the icing on the cake.
Everybody, welcome back to Inside Arena Soccer. So, the Metro Stars really couldn't have asked for more in their home debut. A 10-0 spanking of the Florida Tropics, which has certainly opened a few eyes throughout the MASL. Just 5 days later, though, a much stiffer test awaited them. Kansas City is a veteran-laden, powerful squad that won the league title back in 2013-14, and they served a wake-up call to the Stars that they've still got a lot to learn about the arena game. KC lost their season opener, so they were still looking for their first win of the year. Big news, though, Mo Babouli, with 5 points in the win over Florida, was named to the MASL Team of the Week for Week 2, a first for a Metro Stars player in franchise history. Congrats, Mo. This would be no 10-0 cakewalk. However, Kansas City, a formidable squad. Mississauga knew they'd have their work cut out for them, but started off great, just 5:04 in. David Velastegui to Dwayne De Rosario. Nice move by Dero, gets it out front. Sebastian Lopez slams it home. His second goal as a Metro Star makes it 1-0 for the home squad. Late in the quarter, Brett Petracek gives it away to Dero and then has to make the save outside the box. So that gives Saga the penalty kick, and it's Marco Rodriguez coming in and silky smooth, dancing past the keeper to give the Stars the 2-0 advantage. And take another look here. Watch as Petracek commits and Rodriguez converts. Second quarter, however, Kansas City comes alive. Do they ever? They really started to show their experience. Adam James, top shelf. Beautiful shot to draw the Comets back to within a single goal. 3.5 minutes later, nobody picks up Ignacio Flores, who's practically in the net when he converts. KC tying it up, it's 2-2. Just 22 seconds later, though, Adrian Becic going deep for Dero. Petracek makes the initial stop. DDR making the most of his second chance, though, and shaking big time. Mississauga regaining the lead. It's 3-2. That would prove to be their last lead of the game, however. All KC from that point on. Magical footwork by Flores here, and nothing that Pecic can do about that one. Picks a spot and makes it a 3-3 game. Just a great shot by the KC player, and that's when the Comets really poured it on. James Togba, maybe the goal of the week here. Take a look. Left to right, pow. Hammers it past Becic, 4-3 KC. Metro Stars looking a bit shell-shocked. The sudden turn of events, and it got worse. Ray Lee doing the bulk of the work here. He's going to lay it back for Brian Perez, unmarked, and he's going to make it 5-3 for Kansas City. Shortly after, it's Lee getting a marker. The quick shot right there, eluding Becic. 6-3 for Kansas City, and one more before halftime. The Comets just stretching Mississauga to the max. Adam James to Stefan Stokic. 7-3 at the break. Second half, things got no better for the Stars. Leo Gibson, probably the man of the match for KC, causing all kinds of problems all day. Gets the penalty kick, and making it look easy. Gibson makes it 8-3 for the Comets. The Stars get one back. Looked like it's going to be a Babouli taking, but Dumevsky does instead. And he goes bar down. And a bit of hope again as the Stars cut the deficit to 4 off this gorgeous shot by Martinho. Fourth quarter, Leo Gibson, though, just getting his noggin on it to deflect it in and make it 9-4. And then Flores on the run. This guy breaking ankles, seriously. Great ball control, 10-4 KC Comets. Babouli held in check for most of the game until there. Smoking it past Petracek for his 5th of the season. KC would pick up 2 more quick markers before former Sheridan College Bruin David Velastegui cuts the deficit in half to 12-6. That's how this one would finish up on the day. Now, to their credit, the Metro Stars never threw in the towel, but their MASL education continues as they get taken to school a bit by a very strong, experienced Kansas City squad. Okay, MASL standings out east, led by Utica, another first-year team, although not an expansion team. They played in Syracuse last year and relocated. Followed by the 3-time defending champion Baltimore Blast with 3 wins. Our Metro Stars, 1 win on the season in 3 games, and Harrisburg currently in last place with 1 win in 4 tries. on the season thus far. Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Arena Soccer. We turn our attention to the Arena Premier League now. And heading into week 2 of play, everything appeared to be business as usual for Croatia AC. Last year's APL champions cruised to a 9-1 win over expansion team Iran AC in their very first game. And in week 2, we're facing Ukraine. Now here proved to be the first shock of the young APL season, however, as the Ukrainians ran up the score on the unsuspecting Croats. Ukraine did make the APL semifinals last year, but nobody was expecting the score we got in this game. Right from the start, the Ukrainians took it to last year's champions. 5 minutes in, Christian Alves gets it to Roman Sakno out front, and he will slot it home. And they lead 1-0. The Croats hit back, though. Newly acquired Darren Chambers lays it back for Alberto Harris, and all knotted up at 1 apiece. Back comes Ukraine, though. A nice little fake by Alves right there to freeze his man. He puts it off for Denis Dyshenko. And the boys in white would add one more to lead 3-1 at the half. The Croats drawing closer in the second. Chambers will hammer home the one-timer. And Croatia AC is back within 1, but Vasil Shuk, restoring the 2-goal bulge, catches Faris Efendic in no man's land and makes it 4-2. For Ukraine, and then it's Zhuk again on the run, laying it off for Alves, and he will make it 5-2. And I'll tell you, this was a big win for the Ukrainians as they add 2 more and take down the reigning champions. Coach Dennis Rilski liked this team's effort. Everyone doing their job on the day.
Yeah, they play good because it's like a mechanism. If you're a small part, you gotta know your goals. If you do it well, all the team's gonna win.
Okay, Italy won 9-2 in their opening game. Iran lost 9-1. A betting man would have lost some serious cash if he'd wagered on this game. Another surprise. Second quarter, Iran opens the scoring. Momir picking a spot. Nice shot. Makes it 1-0 for Iran. Only 1 goal in the entire first half. Italy gets going in the second. Owen Carter will steal, and he ties it up at 1 apiece. And then it's Navid Ranin with some room down the wing here, and he will collect and smack it past the keeper to give Italy its first lead of the game. But the Iranians come back. Sina Kandir packing some TNT in that right boot, hammers it past Christian Montero to even it up once again. And then it's Majar Kabul. Nice move and nice finish as he crushes it past Montero to put Iran up once again. And that proved to be the game winner. So congrats to Iran AC, who captured their first ever APL win, downing Italy AC by a 3-2 count. Okay, one more before the break. Portugal stumbled in its first game, losing 9-2. Things got no better against the Stars. They were in for a world of hurt. Massimo Mirabelli getting things started. 1-0 for the boys in orange. Portugal went down by 2 before breaking the goose egg. Beautiful one-timer there. They cut the deficit in half to 2-1. But then it's former Tottenham Spur Rowan Ricketts. How easy does this guy make it look? 3-1 Caribbean Stars. Jarek Whiteman, one of the goals of the week and likely the year, getting up on his bicycle for the gorgeous strike. 4-1 Stars. Mirabelli picking up his second of the day soon after as the keeper makes the initial stop. Mirabelli totally unmarked though, and they would actually make it 6-1 before halftime. Things got way worse for Portugal in the second. They get one back here off a nice bit of footwork to make it 6-2. But then Caribbean steals, and Jesse Oliver says, to heck with this, I'll do it myself. And he does. Nice shot. Nicola Miodrag, one of the few bright spots for Portugal on this day. Sweet move around his man, and he hammers it past Sebastian Zaballos. I'll tell you, I love these Portugal jerseys, but the gold numbers, a bit tough to see sometimes. Case in point, this one. But anyway, they managed to cut the deficit down to 7-3. Shaq Agard, though, showing off some moves for the Stars as he will take the feed here and dance past the keeper, slide it over the line. Total domination by Caribbean AC on this day. They roll to the 10-5 win over Portugal. Coach John Williams, happy with the offensive output, but knows his squad is going to have to tighten things up on the back end going forward.
Yeah, good game today. I thought the boys played well offensively. Defensively, we got some work to get done there. But all in all, I thought we've got some firepower going forward. A few good combinations, great use of the boards. Hats off to my boys. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Arena Soccer. Well, last season, Portugal AC were really a force to be reckoned with in the Arena Premier League. With a potent attack and solid roster from top to bottom, the Portuguese were really a matchup nightmare for any team they faced. Through the first 2 weeks of this season, however, they'd gone from powerhouse to patsy, outscored 19-7 in 2 brutal losses. They needed to right the ship in a hurry, and that's exactly what they did against the Ukrainians on Sunday. The Ukraine have been a pleasant surprise this year, winning a tie through 2 games up until this contest, but the Portuguese were hungry for a win, and it showed from the start. Tristan Watson gets things started to make it a 1-0 Portugal lead. But then it's Ukraine's turn to pounce on a giveaway. Christian Alves to Roman Sakno, all tied up at 1 apiece. 10 seconds later, though, Nicola Miodrag will tickle the twine to put Portugal back on top. Then some sweet passing by the Portuguese here. I'll be a little tic-tac-toe. And Sean Kudo with the finish to give them a 2-goal bulge. 3 goals in like 45 seconds. That's Arena Soccer, though. Second half, things got worse for Ukraine. Watson grabbing his second of the game to make it 5-1 for the boys in black. And Ukraine not throwing in the towel quite yet. Serge Marchak crushes the second chance to pull them back to within 3, but Miodrag adds to his season tally, and he's got a few. As Portugal AC picks up a much-needed win, first of the season, dropping Ukraine by a 6-3 count. Croatia looking to bounce back after suffering their first loss of the season in week 2, taking on Italy, who were coached by D-Row himself that day, the legend. Unfortunately, just wasn't their day. Late first quarter, Alberto Harris to Sandor Rajkovic. 1-0 for the boys in red. Nice passing here. A little give and go. Return feed, pounded, bar down. 2-0 for the Croats. Italy gets one back. Not sure Faris Efendic saw a thing on that play. Totally screamed. 2-1 at the break. Second half, the Reds pull away. Rajkovic catching Ryan Zamora cheating off his line, and he burns them. Zamora atoning for it, though, soon after. Could it be? Yeah, the goalie goal to make it 5-2. But then Sebastian Lopez notches a late one for Italia. Too little, too late, however. Croatia cruises to the 7-3 win. Iran looking to build on their first win of the season from the week before, but not to be on this day. It was a slaughter. Maisel Klazara getting the party started, making it 1-0 Caribbean. Soon after, from pretty much the same spot, boom, 2-0 for the Caribbean Stars. And they were loving that wing. Shaq Agard, he's making it look easy. 5-0 actually for the Stars at the break. Second half, the Iranians getting one back. Gorgeous right foot there to make it 5-1. Too much of this, though, on the afternoon. Skill. Lots of it by the Stars. Massimo Mirabelli makes it 6-1. Sebastian Zabalas, not tested too often on Sunday. Iran grabbing his second there to make it 8-2 at that point. Jarek Whiteman, Seja Reed with the sweet little give and go. Whiteman the finish. And then Seja potting one of his own right here. Iran notched 2 late ones, but clearly not enough on this day's Caribbean AC waltzes to the 12-4 win. Let's take a look at the standings then. The Stars looking good early in the season, undefeated so far, followed by last year's champs Croatia AC. Then a logjam of teams with 1 win so far. Ukraine, Italy, Portugal AC, and the boys from Iran. Just a reminder, for all things Mississauga Metro Stars, head to MississaugaMetroStars.ca, the official website, where you can get all the latest news, stats, and information, plus, of course, ticket information and those gorgeous orange and blue jerseys, all the apparel as well for the Metro Stars. For the APL, head to APLTeamSnapSites.com. Team of the week, the latest stats and standings as well. And for everything arena soccer in Canada, CasaSoccer.ca, where you can find news about the Canadian national team as well and any upcoming friendlies. Okay, top plays of the week. Number 5, Mobabuli, the first home goal in Mississauga Metro Stars history. One-timer against Florida. Number 4, Jarek Whiteman, getting on his bicycle. Gorgeous shot against the Portuguese, which is added to a big win. Number 3, Kansas City's Ignacio Flores last Saturday. Sweet move to freeze the Stars and then top shelf past keeper Adrian Becic. Number 2, Dero. Does this guy ever age? The cheeky little backheel pass for Marco Rodriguez. No look, no less. Rodriguez converting, and love it. Number 1, though, got to give it to KC's James Togba here. Just toying with the Stars, left to right, boom. Nothing Adrian Becic could do about that. Beautiful shot by Togba. That is our Inside Arena Soccer play of the week. And that's it. All out of time for this week. But just remember, there's tons of arena soccer taking place in the GTA over the holidays. Check out everything Metro Stars by heading to MississaugaMetroStars.ca. And of course, the home for all things arena soccer in Canada is CasaSoccer.ca. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you next time.